Hello, yeah, greetings. Welcome everybody. Welcome to this is the 32nd episode of our Crypto Capital Show. The 32nd episode of our Crypto Capital Show. So welcome. So basically, if you are joining this live stream for the first time, so basically let's say you have never been on any of the Crypto Capital Show series, and maybe this link was sent to you and you're watching it watching it now, you're live with us currently. The Crypto Capital Show is basically a series we started uh, with the main intention of raising the next set of billionaires through cryptos and in the space of Web3. And so, what happens is that every Sunday when we come, once every week when we come, we share information, offers, ideas, data that are usually exclusive, which on a normal day you may need to pay for to get access to it, is shared for free on our live streams. So basically, you can utilize what is being shared for your own personal advantage and achieve the life of your dreams. So we've had so many testimonies over the past episode we've had from, like, imagine doing 32 episodes straight up. That means we've held this series 32 times. 32 times. So I think after the 30th episode, I took a very big break for about more than 1 month or so another. And then we resumed the 31st episode just last Sunday. And today we're having a 32nd episode. So if you're joining us, welcome, and you are in for a ride of the lifetime. And obviously, if you are just getting to should I say getting to a place whereby you see you're just joining, right? It's also very good to extend the goodwill by sharing the link to others so they get to hear, get to see, get to witness, get to benefit what you're benefiting from as well. So, over the course of me sharing and teaching and going back and forth, I'll be looking through the comment section. I'll be responding to comments or responding to questions like I always do. But so that is me doing an introduction for those who are joining for the first time. So welcome everybody to today's 32nd episode on the Crypto Capital Show. Let's get right to it. So first of all, let's look at what took place last week, just this week that just passed. First and foremost, dogs launched successfully, onboarding millions of newbies into the crypto space, which shows strength despite enriching millions of people. And then we had the Telegram founder, which released on bail as crypto leaders rallied for support. What does this mean for the Tron ecosystem and the Web3 space moving forward? Two exciting things. Now, what makes these things exciting is just last week's crypto capital shoot. I think these were the things we were talking about that were to take place in the week when the week comes. So we're discussing it the previous Sunday that these things are going to take place this week. And now we're talking about it that they've taken place. So the first thing we talked about, we talked about dogs launching, and so many persons, both people who took advantage of it from the airdrop groups and the information that was sent, made free money out of it. Now, for those of you specifically who actually did, what's the word to use? Those of you who you created an account on Bybit with a link, right? It's and you've verified it and did your deposit, you're entitled to getting 100,000 dogs tokens. And if you have done those two things and you haven't gotten it yet, it takes between 7 days to 14 days for them to dispatch to everybody. So some persons have gotten it. If you haven't gotten yours yet, don't worry, you're definitely going to get it as well. It's $300, depending on the value, $300 and above, depending on the current value. But the current value is over 100 and something dollars. So sorry, and it's still going to like move up and all that put together. So first and foremost, it was like an amazing benefit for so many persons, and so many of you actually maximize it, which was a very, very good one we talked about. And then we also talked about, I think we're trying to we're discussing about the founder of Telegram getting arrested, and he was actually being released on bail, which is also a good thing that he's been released. So our dogs did not uh, our dogs did not die. He was released, which is also a very, 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 very good thing. So basically, first of all, talking about dogs, what is my view? What is my view as regards dogs? I I feel okay. Let me quickly go through some of the comments. Mr. Ron Sonny, good evening, boss man. Ron Sonny, they greet you, sir. How are you, sir? Ron Sonny, how are you doing? Hope you're good. How's family? Timmy Joseph, good evening, my shifu. Timmy, were you in the last live stream on last Sunday? I don't know if you were present. It's been a while here. Yeah, I think I didn't see you. Were you in the last live stream? How are you doing, Timmy? Kingsley, good evening, Shifu. How are you? Hope you're good, Mr. Kingsley. Hope you're great. Sophia, how are you? Mr. Ronsoni, boss, you define every day by day. No forget your boy. Greetings. Edero Obu Kata. Good evening, Shifu words. Edero, how are you? I hope you're good. Greetings to you. How is your Sunday? How is your Sunday going, Edero? Queensley, GM sir. Queensley, hope you're great. Chika, greetings, my Shifu. Chika, how are you? What's the plan for the week? Hope we're making a lot of money. We're in an amazing. This month is going to be a very, 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 very rich month. I mean, we made money last month, but this month is going to be insane, insane, insane. So much money is about to be made in this one. But let's talk about dogs first. What is my view for dogs? I know there are so many persons who have been trying to talk about um, waiting for dogs to come down to a particular level, which is like maybe 100 million market cap, a 200 million market cap, or a 300 million market cap, and then moving from there. That's when they're going to buy and stuff, and coming up with a lot of, should I say, sentimental thesis about an entry. So, as always, people usually used to be very confused. Now, if you've been following through, especially if let's say you're in like the bull run group in a private mentorship group, and even if you're not, because some of this information that I came to also share them publicly per time, most of these airdrops that have come, I've been one of the most accurate persons in the world that gives the most accurate entries for them. Like when came out, the when airdrop, we're all airdropped when. So many persons were calling for when it's just going to continue going up and being bullish and being bullish. And I told those of you with it. I first told those in the bull run group, and then I think I also mentioned it on a live stream, our crypto capital stream live stream, that people should sell off their wealth. Make sure you take profit and don't buy yet. Just wait for it. It is going to get to an entry zone, and then we're going to buy in from there. That was when we first talked about when. And those who listened to what I said, we saw when did 1,000%, especially those in the bull run group. We did over 1,000% on when after the airdrop has taken place. Why? Because entry is everything. Entry is everything. I got the exact entry where to reverse from, the exact day the reversal from, and we nailed it. And I also shared some of that information also on one of the crypto capital show series for people who capitalized on it as well. And then me was also airdropped. When me was airdropped, I think it was me I even emphasized more. I can recall. Let me see if I could share the screen in the chat. They say I talked about Mew a lot, and this was when there was like a drop, right? And I made an emphasis that Mew is going to come here, and it's not going to come, never going to come below this again. So just expect it to move high from here, and from here it did over 500%, over 500% from that level as well. Why? Because entry is everything. It's super, super important when it comes to crypto and all these things. And so, what then do I think? What then do I actually think for dogs? I think we're going to have a dog's month, or should I say a dog season? In this month of September, we're going to have like a dog's month or a dog season in the world of memes, right? Memes. And we are going to see that this dog's token itself fly. And when it does, other related tokens, dog related tokens, right, are going to have the same effect in this month of September. So basically, you want to keep an eye on that. Let us see if I can open up a chart on dogs. So one of the things people don't understand is, if you know me very well, I am neither a fundamental or a technical trader. I'm more of a confluence trader, someone who tries to combine a confluence of fundamental, technical, and sentimental all together to come into concrete, informed decisions. That is why I have a very high win rate and accuracy when it comes to these predictions, because it's always a blend of everything and not castigating one particular platform or the other. So let me see if I can add this. So basically, this is what I'm looking out for dogs, right? So it's a very, very volatile, what's it called? Volatile coin. This was my first entry here, and I think I did about 1 to 5 on this, 1 to 5 on this. So, and I closed, and I think it should still run again. The run may not start exactly now, but looking at in the next 4 to 6 hours, the next 4 to 6 hours. So we're looking at from 9 p.m., 9 p.m., 1 a.m. These are very key important times, because by 9 p.m., this current 4-hour candle is going to be closing. So let me go to the 4-hour chart. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, so this is a 4-hour candle, right? It's going to be closing by 9 p.m. And once it closes, another candle is going to open from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So within those two candles are very, very important. The close of this current 4-hour candle is going to give a signal, a strong send message of getting in on dogs, whether you're buying it on a spot or you want to trade it on leverage and stuff, but it should run way high. And so am I saying that we are not going to have it pull back? No. All I'm saying is there is a thesis that made me to say at the time when came out, when it's going to drop massively and we shouldn't buy till the time. And when we bought, we did over 1,000%. There's also a thesis that also made me to say Mu is going to drop massively, and when it drops to that point, we should buy from there. Now, there are certain reasons behind those forecast or decisions. And however, the forecast behind this and the thesis behind my thesis behind dogs is that the major drop and dip could most likely come in the next 1 week or 2 weeks for it. So it could go drastically to that same 300, 200, whatever million market cap that people are projecting, maybe even lower than that for entry. But right now, beginning from within the next 6 hours, we may give an opportunity for it to now begin another rally. Maybe, just maybe, it might just be one smooth small rally before it drop, because there are people who are still waiting to sell off and stuff and all that as well. So you should expect a good bullish movement on it this week we are entering. That's basically my thesis for it. And this is also very important why those of you who are yet to join the bull run group and all that, try and do your best to join so you can take advantage of all this market simulation thesis, which I do from time to time to get accurate entries on this airdrop that have been super beneficial for most of people who are in the BROBC group. So that's basically my thesis for the dogs token as well. All right. So that being said, this week, we had a token called Tronbu, right? Tron memes are still doing so well. We had something very incredible that happened. Somebody turned $1,200 within 3 days to $10 million. So we see news like this pop up once in a while. Somebody turning $1,200 to $10 million in 3 days. I'm like, when am I going to be the one? But the truth is, if you've been joining the series I've been doing, the crypto capital series and stuff, you will definitely know why these kind of things happen to this kind of persons. And it is not just by chance, it's not just by luck. It's basically because those people like that have certain insider information ahead of the masses, so they are able to get in on it before the action begins. And that is why information rules in the space we are in the sector we're in, especially when it comes to this meme kind of narrative, digital kind of. You don't want to find yourself just playing around speculation. If you want to play around speculation too, you have to do it calculatively, right? There have to be a strategy. Like there's something I think I've taught this on a live stream about how you can come up with a strategy in speculation. When you have a strategy around speculation, it will save you. It will save you. But if I'm to be very honest with you, nobody becomes wealthy playing the game of speculation alone. Nobody builds genuine wealth playing the game of speculation alone. Genuine wealth comes from real concrete decision making that comes from decision making based on real concrete data and information. And that is why in the bull run group I always make emphasis to the people in the group why I don't just come and say I want to just drop information. I just want to, because I don't feel like maybe you look the team, those nonsense research that people used to do, that okay, the team is very active, the DC, they call it research methodology, right? You say the team is active, the total supply, all those things are crap, all those things are bullshit, they don't even matter. What matters is knowing the major catalyst that moves these coins, move these tokens, and being able to position way ahead of time while getting the right entry. I've done like a little bit of tips of this kind of things. So I think I have like in the bull run, when you join the bull run group, there's like a course, the bull run course videos, which you can literally watch and learn and stuff. And that's why what we came up, something we're coming up with, which I recently started working on based on my travelings, my trips and events, paid events I've attended and stuff, has to do with coming up with a certain level of accurate informations, data, which is not privy or available to the public, which gives us an edge in the bull run group to capitalize on and really, really make money, so that you are buying into something and you can have peace of mind. Not the type that you're buying in and you're trying to check every second if the thing has gone up or if the thing has disappeared. Avoiding all those kind of experiences and all that, which gives people high BP in the crypto space as well. So make sure you join the bull run and take advantage of all that put together. Then we are having right now a lot of speculations by crypto analysts, right? Talking about the mid of September and a spark for a major spark and bounce for altcoins. this is the thing I always tell. If you follow most of the sessions I do, like the crypto capital sessions, so you see how it turned out that I'm one of the most accurate persons in the world when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. And 80 to 90% of our forecasts always play out. You don't even need to go far and watch all the past videos in the YouTube session. You can actually just go from last week Sunday and see everything I explained that will start happening from that Sunday to the evening of the Sunday till the next day. And for every 2 days throughout the week that I said, every single pattern I said mentioned for Bitcoin, we saw it play out real time. And now, this is something I used to say. Most times, the news, when we see news, when you see all these reports come, they are all news are most times based on propaganda, right? Because it is based on propaganda, there's a 90% probability that it may be false and it may be wrong. And when this news start coming out, you need to beware. Based on what I've been projecting, that okay, this month, this is what is going to happen for Bitcoin, is going to happen in crypto. At the time when people are becoming very, very bullish, is the time you should not. Remember what I thought about the greed and fear index, right? Now the fear index, if you're in the is it the Bybit trading network? I think instead he posted the greater than fear index. I don't know which it was yesterday, some days ago. He posted it on the Bible Trading Network. I saw his post. I don't know if it was him or, but I know one of the admins posted it. And he made emphasis on what I used to say about the greater than fear index. And if you see it, that's the fearful point when people are so much afraid right now. And what is about to happen? Bitcoin is about to blow up and go crazy. And when it goes crazy, every analyst now they'll start telling you it's going to go to the moon, and that be the wrong time when you're going to be sell. When you should be selling, if not, you'll be caught in a bull trap. So whatever analysts and God are putting out there, we are already way ahead of them. We are already knowledgeable ahead of them. All you have to do is that when they start saying it's time that the market is about to rally, that's when you should be taking out profit and leaving the market. So I posted something on the group charts when I was saying welcome to September, the month of billions and stuff, which has to do with the financial calendar for September and the economic data involved in it. So basically, if you check there, you would see a lot happening in this month of September. A lot of things are happening in the month of September, right? It's a very, very critical month, very, very important month. And that's why in this month of September, we are bound to make a lot of money. I said we, so it's not just me alone. That means you included. You're bound to make a lot of money in this month of September as well. So I'm trying to look through the channel and that's why I posted it. Okay. So we have on the second, the US market will be closed tomorrow for the Labor Day. So they are opening on Wednesday, the US market will be open. On the 6th of which is Friday of this week, we have NFP. On the 9th coming. On the 9th, we've got Apple. Apple data is coming out from Apple. That's the company Apple, a major Apple event on the 9th, which is also very critical and important. And on the 10th, which is this is the second. Now that's next week. We are having a presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, which is also very important. We'll have CPI that week. So the second week, you don't have CPI and PPI. Then on the third week, we're looking at retail sales and the Fed interest rate decision. So the third week is when we're having FOMC and we're looking at the Fed interest rate decision. And then the last week we're having PCE. This means this month will be characterized with so much volatility. There'll be so much volatility in this month of September. And what does volatility means? So much money. So much money. If you know how to play the game of volatility very well. Okay, let me look through the comments again. Okay, Timmy says, I wasn't present, sir. Oh, right. Maybe that's why I'm saying your name now. As I'm saying, Adedeji, good evening, Chief. How are you, Adedeji? Hope you're good. Labo De Jeremiah, good evening, boss. Hope you're great. Hope you're great. Timmy Joseph, I'm fine, sir. Awesome. Mr. Ronsoni, boss, family is doing good. Good. That's good to know. Memes Hub. Interesting. Memes Hub. Do you create memes or which of them? Do you create memes? Because the name memes Hub is it's a bit unique. GM from House of Bird, how are you doing? Brian Mushibi Shifu, always great to see you. Brian, how are you? How is Zambia, right? Brian should be in Zambia, am I correct? Should be in Zambia. How is Zambia, Brian? Comnac Solution Enterprises, good evening, Shifu. Hope you're good. Hope you are great. Ugochukwu Richard, good evening, Shifu. Awesome. How are you, Ugo? Ugo, hope there's so much money for you this week. In Kasiobi Chibota, GM Shifu, sir. GM, how is family? Hope you're great. There says my Sunday is also better for listening. Funny, very funny. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, let's go straight to the next thing here. So we're looking at Bitcoin, the dollar index, we'll look at memes, currencies, commodities. Now we're going right into market forecast and predictions. Market forecast and predictions. Basically, market forecast and predictions. Market forecast and predictions. Market forecast and predictions. Okay, let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. How do I do this now? Okay. Anybody was sharing screen about dogs or so. So I have to look for, let me look for a difference. So I think this was this thing we used, right? This was the, remember from last Sunday, I used this and I decided to just leave it most times because it's easy to just come back to it. This was like the first chart we used. It was clear because the other chart is a bit confusing for a couple of persons. So okay, let me make myself smaller so the screen could just be all that. So if you see here, when I talk about the micro, this is what we looked at. We said that pattern 1 could play out. And the funny thing is pattern 1 actually played out. And we could also say pattern 2 could play out too. So pattern 2 was more valid. And we saw it. It was this move up, came down, move up again, and then came down here. What we're looking at. And I said that's like the micro. This was me trying to use the pattern to show the micro movement. So let me just take it out because whatever we talked about has already played out. And so always go back to watch the last week. It's going to help you. And then we had here the macro. So the macro here is like what I stated here is the macro is a pullback and a new all-time high entry. So in the macro sense of things, I was talking about how this week that just ended is going to pull back massively, and then we're going to get an entry that's going to lead us into a new all-time high. And now this is the week that we should have a bullish run. But there's something we have to beware, right? Beware. So this week is going to be very, very bullish for Bitcoin, right? So, but there's something you have to beware. This week could be very bullish for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to create, go as high as 63K, 64K, 65K, maybe even to as high as 68K. But there's something you have to beware. Once Bitcoin gets to 65K, anybody who is like in the swing trade is the best time to close. But between 65K and 68K or 65K and 70K, once it's above between the 65, 66, 67, 68K range, what is going to happen is we're going to enter the euphoria state of the market. That is when greed will be at the highest. And a lot of coins will rally even harder within that time. But the funny enough is that intense and immense rally is going to be the trap. It's going to be the trap because historically, fundamentally, if you check September's, there've always been major pullbacks in September's. Two things. Most times, these pullbacks, most times in the market happens post the Jackson Hole Symposium, right? We had the Jackson Hole Symposium just a few weeks ago. Whenever the Jackson Hole Symposium takes place, over time, over the past years, we always get a fake rally in the markets and then a major dump in the markets. It's always been like that. And this year is not going to be different. History repeats itself, right? That's the thesis behind um, price action and all that as well. The only thing is that there's just going to be a little bit of discrepancy and decoloration between each year. Yeah, it won't be like exact spot on, but the same thing is just going to happen. And then two, see historically between the sorry between the is it the fifth, usually between the 10th to 15th, I think between usually between 10th 5th, no, usually between 10th to 15th, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken the exact date, but usually between 10th to 15th of September, we always get like a major dip, a major like fall in the market and all that as well. So that means it could also be 16th. So sometimes if you now maybe you use if you use Gantt theory, right? Gantt theory actually usually forecasts the exact possible reversals days in the markets with a combination of astrology, right? There's a way he combines astrology and all that put together between new moon day and half moon and blah 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 blah. But however, for now, this week we should run bullish. And the climax of this run we're looking at from 65k, 68k zone level and rather before we start getting a major pullback that's going to destroy a lot of people and take people unawares. So no matter how the rally is going to be intensified and much money is going to be made, you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of things, right? You don't want to be caught on the side of, should I say, foolish euphoria. Most of the things that have always happened, I've always given a guide ahead of time. And if you listen to what I say and follow it judicially, many a times you will be very, 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 very safe. So this was the entry I gave those in the bull run group, and we smashed it very well for Bitcoin. But I'm going to give those of us live another entry here. So this was another entry, right? We had this entry on this chart on the bull run group. It was smashed live. Two different chart. Entry one, the same entries, smashed here, smashed here. But let me use the 4 hours and give you an idea of what another possible entry. So we have two candles here, right? We have the 4 hours coming. So we have two candles, this and this. So this candle is closing around 9 p.m. 9 p.m. This is going to be like in an hour 30 minutes. So you wait for this candle to close by 9 p.m. and then at the open of the next 4-hour candle will be a better entry, or should I say safer entry for you. A better and a safer entry for you. So let me try to show two things that is possible here. So this chart is a bit, so you see something like this. You could get something like this on the 30 minutes. By the time so the next 1 hour 30 minutes, all these things might be playing out and stuff. You may even like start going higher and stuff and all that as well. And then a pullback could take place. And obviously this pullback is a good entry. It may even pull back to almost close. It could pull back to almost close to the entry, right? Like this 57 400 level and stuff. But like I explained, using this, let me use this, because usually all these things most times it could be just noise in the chart and you could be super confused on the noise in the charts with whatever is happening on the smaller time frames and whatnot put together. So let me do this. What am I looking for? I want to use the, I don't want to use the charts that I've already like done a lot of analysis on already for you. I want to use this one. Good. Great. Okay. So this is closing 1 hour 30 minutes. When this closes in 1 hour 30 minutes, the next 4 hour candle is going to be open. And now the next 4 hour candle could is going to lead from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., right? To the next day. So we could get a pullback with it, right? It may not pull back, it may just buy up, or it may decide to pull back a bit into here. But getting is an entry, a second entry is just simple. Once this current 4 hour candle closes, wherever I close, as the next one is opening, just enter a buy and set a stop here. You can set a stop at 56. Let me adjust this. Let me use another long shot too. Let me just assume that it comes back here. I don't know if it's real or not, but let's just assume it comes back here. Then you set this, okay, 56,500. So it may close here anywhere the candle closes. It may decide to close here too, but either way it closes, you could just enter at that time use that 56 and what's it called 500 as your as your stop loss. So your stop loss is going to be a bit higher, right? A bit higher. And usually the safest, personally for myself, if I want to, let's say if I want to get an entry, I wait for this current 4 hour candle to close 9 p.m. I just enter wherever it is, and then I may use 57k, right? Just because of my greed appetite. But using 56,500 is still very good. It's still very good. Like it's very conservative based on the market difference. Because if you see here, that chart I pasted is a bit is slightly a little bit different from this, but they're almost the same thing. So this is like 57,800 area or so. Let's check what this is. It's like 57,223, but it's almost the same thing. Almost the same thing. The difference between the Bybit chart and most of that chart is that the Bybit chart helps you to see a lot of manipulation, right? With the wicks. I know wicks in candles shows manipulations in the market, so it helps to show you a lot of this manipulations. So that's why we're able to get this entry very spot on. This is like zero drawdown on this entry as well. And this is like TP of where I'm targeting it to get to. Bitcoin should get like 64,456. Like that's TP levels. This is like a 1 to 7 arrow trade. But I'm just like seeing that okay, over the course of between now 1 a.m. we might have this kind of funny play whereby this on a smaller time frame, this is just like a smaller time frame perspective that this could just go up, come down, go up again, and come down here before it peaks. So, but this is just this part is just on a smaller time frame, but on a bigger time frame like the 4 hours, once it closes, whatever it closes from, whether it's here. So all the patterns usually, because if you understand candle patterns or so, whatever plenty thing that is happening on a smaller time frame, on a bigger time frame is just one big candle. So all this drawing might not be relevant on the 4 hours, but you're gonna see this drawing play out on, let's say, 30 minutes, right? Or you're gonna see play out, yeah, within the 30 minutes or the 15 minutes and all that together. But regardless of how it plays out, what matters is just responding to the 4 hours or the 2 hours candle. It gives you that thesis, because there's this is me trying to factor in price and time theory, right? Price and time theory. So the price and time theory, there's a way it plays out when it comes to the market shifts on Sundays, right? You could see here this, we call this bottom of the market, and this was on what day was this again? Okay, this was on a Sunday, Monday, right? I'm trying to look for the exact ones we caught here. Why am I being confused now? Okay. Okay, this was on a Thursday, right? And this was on a Thursday. Yes, this was on a Thursday. There's a market shift here, and the time price theory factored in between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. And this was on a Wednesday. It was between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. So right now we have this current candle to close at 9 p.m., right? And then we'll have the next playing out for the 1 a.m. and stuff. To refactor the concept of price and time theory, getting entering once this candle closes at 9 p.m. will be a good one, and using the other stuff at your stop loss. And then we have the USDT, which always goes inverse, right? It always goes inverse. So we could have this pullback on the USDT, and this is going to be like my second entry on this thing. So I'm already in it, I'm in profit. So most times I just wait for one crazy pullback to take place and then enter. Like if you see here, this the last run we had, I gave some of these calls, I shared some of these entries publicly. I think within those 2 weeks I was posting I was forwarding my signals and calls from the bull run group to the general group. Within those 2 weeks, most of them was from here, like we caught this first move, caught this second, caught this third, caught this fourth, caught this fifth, 5 different moves at a row. This was where I like hit the stop loss. So like out of 6 moves, hitting one stop loss and getting 5 spot on. So basically about to have another rally, and this rally will not be short of moves as well. So it's basically trying to catch each of those moves spot on from time to time for Bitcoin. So let's look at the dollar index. Before that, let me just go to the comments. Jeffrey, good evening. Shifu, how are you doing, Jeffrey? Hope you're good. Is it Pascal? Good evening, boss Shifu. Hope you're doing well. I'm perfect. I'm doing splendid. So awesome. Queensley, amen. Great, Temi. Good evening, Shifu. How are you doing? Hope you're great. Neuron, GM, my chief. How are you doing, Neuron? Hope you are great. Chibuzo Jude, good evening, Shifu. Hope you're doing well, Chibuzo. Philip Zion, good evening, Master. How are you? Onwemu Owofasa, greetings as well. Choice Dawa, good evening, sir. Anthony Odinaka Chukusa, I'm in the bull run group, but I don't have the videos you always talk about. Check the description. If you're in the bull run group, check the description. Every information you need is on the description of the group. Once you join the group, first thing you want to do is to check the description. The information and direction of what to do, everything is there on the description. You will just know what to do. The steps, step 1, step 2, step 3 are all on the description to guide you to get started. Clement, good evening, Shifu. How are you doing, Clement? How are you doing? Hope you're great. Emmanuel, a good evening, boss Shifu. I need to know what to expect for altcoins this week. I'm already giving you that. That's what we are talking about right now. So let's look at DXY dollar, right? I'll look through the comments again. Let's look at the DXY dollar. Let's leave Bitcoin and USDT. Let's go to. Now, basically giving you guys what we should expect for Bitcoin for this week. So remember, this was what we talked about for DXY, right? The dollar index. So expecting the drop, further drop. The crazy thing is I'm even expecting, from what I'm even seeing, my thesis might even have like a shift or an adjustment. I'm not sure yet on how low this may go. Dollar may go. The dollar in DXY may even go way lower than this. Like when I mean way lower. Let me see if we could use oh god. Let me look for a chart. 3 days charts. Okay, perfect. We are talking 96 to as low as 96. That possibility is there. Where is 96 again? Here. very, 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 very low. Possibility is there. But that is aside, let's look at for this week as what is most important to us. So usually one of the things we always do is, like I said, in real time, if you want to always get this real time follow up, make sure you plug in, join the bull run group with a discounted offer. So in real time, you can follow up with my charts that I give to them and share to them every single day, so you do not miss out what is happening in real time. But for DXY, this is what we've been following up in the bull run group since last week, and like higher high, higher low, high, like exactly. So this means that the market is opening in a couple of hours from now to open for this week. And when the market opens, knowing fully well that the US are going to be on holidays because of Labor Day to tomorrow, and they will only resume by Tuesday. So there's a possibility that we should have a pullback in the dollar, some sell off in the dollar, and probably, hopefully, when the market now resumes or open on Tuesday, obviously, when they've been on break, if your market is closed in any country, when the market opens, people start rushing to buy the things that they've missed and stuff and all that. So let's see how it goes. If probably we get the pull back Sunday night or Monday, and then Tuesday we start having this. But this is like going to be a pullback, and then it goes high. So this is like the key points, the two most important points, like the two safest entries on the dollar index is when the pullback has happened, it's safer to enter a buy because it is going to buy. I repeat, the dollar will buy this week. And I am not just, I'm saying it as it is. Shifu has spoken, right? Shifu has spoken. And then once it gets to that zone, which is also very, very key, coming, very, very key. Once it gets to this zone, this is where we're expecting a massive drop from the dollar. So I feel like this is now a feeling that this could take place. Look, we're looking from um probably by Thursday, Friday, we should have been here. We should have gotten here, sorry, by Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Friday might be the turning point for the dollar to now continue dropping. And if you look at this very well from the 8 hours, you also see that this still falls in line with structure. It still falls very much in line with structure, right? So this is like a lower low, a lower high, and this is not a lower low actually because it didn't close below here. They are still the same level, so this is like a lower low. So the here might form the next lower high, and it continues going downwards. So what we want to trade is if we get this pullback here, another high level, and then the next major drop for the dollar index. But the interesting thing is how then is it going to like impact um, currencies? So let's look at because another thing you want to know is we're expecting rate cuts coming this month. So with rate cuts coming this month, definitely the dollar is going to drop more and more and more and more intensely. But you want to look out for which currencies could be heavily, heavily impacted, right? So quickly, let's look at the some currencies, and then look at meme coins, right? We'll look at meme coins after this. So we've had like the Euro USD, which has been selling very well too. Been selling very well from here. Like this gave me so much money last week. So maybe if the market opens, if we get the retracement, if we get the retracement, which is going to happen, like this should go inversely with it and a little pullback. So finding an entry to sell now will be the cocoa sell down. But in this zone here, this is like the high probability zone. You know, in trading, there's a high probability, there's a low probability, right? So from here where it is now is a low probability, but you could buy up just a few min and then start selling. But that major sell now is the one that is most important. And then you which will definitely catch if you're in the bull run group, you definitely not miss out on it because I will drop it updates when it's time. But here's the high probability zone. Here is where definitely this thing is going to buy like crazy from here. Crazy. Those of you who want to pass profit accounts, this trade alone can just help you pass a profit account. With this trade, risking just 10% of 1%, sorry, with just 1%, and it hits this TP, you're making 9%, right? Usually pro firm target is like 9-10%, right? With 1% risk, bah, and this thing hits TP. You don't even need to take any other trade again. You're good to go. Okay, GBP USD. Also, it's important to note that for record purpose, nothing I'm saying is financial advice. But obviously, I'm Shifu Wealth. Shifu Wealth is more accurate than inaccurate. It's a gift. We're gifted just like that. They've been waiting for this thing, right? I've been waiting for. I think I have my limit set on this. Set on this. But regardless, this is going to be like a very key. This will be a key zone for an entry. So if it buys, this is where I want to sell from. This is where I want to sell from. Yeah. Like the key point where I want to sell from here to here. This is going to be like a 1 to 6. So if we get the buy, so this is like a high probability, right? This sell is a high probability. This buy is also a high probability and stuff as well. Because GU usually moves very fast compared to Euro USD. But for last week, I made emphasis on Euro USD, and the reason I made this emphasis was because of the economic data that is scheduled for that week, right? And the things that we're looking forward to take place and come up for the week. But that aside, let us look at meme coins, and then we'll continue for other aspects of the markets that will be impacted with the informations and data and stuff that will be happening this week. But let us look at meme coins. Meme coins. So we have Sundog, right? Sundog is a coin that should do really, really well. It's broken out of this trend line. It's broken out of this trend line. But let me look at the comments again. GM Shifu, I'm glad I joined in today. It's my first time here. Grace Nusa, welcome. Welcome. Uzioma Agiyu, hi Shifu, how are you doing? Uzioma Agiyu, hope you're good. What the Justice, good evening, boss. How are you doing? Hope you're great. Dan Priest, which coin? I don't know what you're talking about. Chica, what exchange do you use to trade USD dominance? I use what is it called? I use Bybit. Of everybody knows I use Bybit to trade, right? I use Bybit to trade, but it's for the analysis. I'm using TradingView. TradingView is for my analysis, and Bybit is what I use to trade. The TradingView is for my analysis. Bybit is what I use to trade. No ye work or was that? Good evening, boss Shifu. Hope you're good. Femi Omoboye Shifu, how are you doing, Femi? How are you doing? I'll look through the comments again. Let me go back to what we're looking at. So, Sundog is actually one of those tokens I'm very bullish on for this week. So I had like an entry. If you see here, I had an entry here. This was the entry we gave those in the bull run, but it didn't trigger. Here it didn't trigger. Here it didn't trigger. So I decided to go and check. Remember what I thought about the real charts flow that shows on Dex Screener, right? I always tell you guys that when a coin is on Dex Screener, it shows you the real activities of what have actually happened. What you're seeing on the trading view is most times is not the actual thing that happened. I've taught us this before, so it's not new. So if you look here on trading view, on Desk Screener for Sundog, let's look at the 4 hours time frame. What you see, the exact week that I expect has happened. It has actually come down and triggered the entry I gave. But if you go here now to trading view, you discover that it hasn't. It didn't take place here. So you see, I always teach us this so you know this ahead of time. So when it comes to on sports, I actually bought it. I bought it on sports. But basically on futures, I haven't entered yet. I may enter any moment from now. I may just enter because Like I said, we're entering a dog season, a dog month, and it's going to be very, very crazy, right? It's going to be super, super, super crazy. But entering at CMP is not like a bad idea either. I just like, I don't know, it's maybe because I'm too disciplined when it comes to my trading. I'm just too disciplined. Like, I rather allow it to just go. If not, entering at CMP is also like a great idea, and using here as your stop loss. So let me do something like this. Using here as stop loss, right? Because it's broken and then it's done a retest. So if it decides to go higher, great. If it decides to come lower too, fine. So, but either ways, whether it decides to come a bit lower again, this is definitely going up. It's definitely, definitely going up. Higher, higher every day. We will lift our Jesus higher every day. So it's, and if you notice how strong it is, right? Look at this. For example, look at dogs. Dogs is misbehaving -4%. Look at sun. Sun is minus 6%. -6%. Most of the coins are bleeding badly, but sun dog is the only one showing some crazy kind of strength here with 5.82%, which is a bit strange. A bit strange. And it also shows the strength. Like I said, anything related to dogs in this within the next 1 to 2 weeks is going to fly a lot. Don't ask me how I know, but it will just happen. Then also, this entry, I think I shared this publicly for us the last time. Okay, yes, I didn't share the chart. The chart, I only give my charts to those in the bull run group, but I shared the signal from I forwarded it from the bull run group to people on the general group, and I said people to buy. Somebody made a lot of money. Somebody sent post. I think the person posted his testimony where he made a lot of money out of this. So it ran way, way high to this, and now we have another opportunity here. So you can see my charts. You can see where we just entered from. It's already triggered already. Okay, I sent this a couple of days ago to those in the bull run group. So it's already triggered, it's in profit, but this is how high I'm expecting it to go. So if Bitcoin is going to run, PEP should run as well this week. Should run as well this week if Bitcoin is going to run. PEP should run alongside with it. Alongside with it. Alongside with it. Alongside with it. Okay. Okay. But Shifu, I was in the CMA WhatsApp group, but lost that number. I chatted you, boss, regarding that since a month plus, and I think because of your busy schedule, you weren't able to look into it. Can't even record. There's so many chats on my WhatsApp. Can't record. There's so many chats on my WhatsApp. CMA group is there. I think you should. Maybe you resend me a message, or Debbie is an admin. If you have Debbie's number, you can send a message to Debbie. Debbie is an admin on CMA group. She should be able to add it. You can send a message to her. But if you don't have a number, just send me a message. You have to like send me. Maybe it's going to pop up on my WhatsApp later on, because there's so many messages in my WhatsApp and it could have gone way down as well. Traded Media, good evening. How are you doing? Traded Media, Season World, good evening, people. Hope you're good. Hope you're fine. There's so much so far. Then we're supposed to look into commodities or so, right? But this week, actually, we have a lot of which is expecting a lot coming up. If you check, let's look at this week. Okay, how do I do this now? Okay, so if you see here, but this week a lot of information is coming out from Monday looks empty. But if you look at Tuesday, you see data concerning the Swiss franc, USD, GBP, CAD, USD, Canada. A lot of things are going to happen between Canada, right? A lot of information. So Canada will be very volatile this week. So USD CAD is going to be a very good asset to trade. Where I won't be trading it. GBP USD is going to be very volatile this week too, so I'm going to be trading GBP USD obviously, and so we might have a very sluggish euro because almost nothing's happening here. But last week was very volatile for that. So CHF pairs will also be very good. I think I had marked out NZD CHF will be very good to trade. Euro GBP2 will be very good to trade. USD JPY will be very good to trade. These are like key trades. They're about NZD CHF will be very good. Look at what will happen this week, right? And Euro GBP, USD JPY, and all those put together will be very amazing assets to trade. And so, but there's no time to look into all the data and everything put together for that because we're almost up with usually our usual. Boss, can you check Bonk and AFG sharp? I don't know what's AFG sharp, but let me see if I can check on Bonk very fast. I don't know what is AFG sharp, honestly. Just hearing what AFG sharp means for the first time from your mouth. Okay. Bear with me because of my eyesight. Trying to be sure that I'm able to see this stuff very well as I should, as I can. The thing about Bonk, I had an entry here for Bonk initially, and I don't really know if this entry will ever get to be picked. An entry here at 0.015043, but this is like the perfect and sweetest entry where we have the best confidence that, you know, this kind of high probability entry, but you know that you're having peace of mind and sure that this thing will surely play out. So this is the perfect entry, but it is not there yet. So if it's not there yet, one of two things could happen. You could just decide to wick down there and activate, or if it doesn't, then let's just assume that the market wants to hold from here to here. This is from like August, right? Let's say let's just assume this is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then let's just assume this picks up from here. So let's assume. So if this picks up from here, this is what you could do now. I think if someone wants to enter on Bonk, right, you can see have set a limit with the one below which I sent. But if you want to enter at CMP, it's not a bad idea. This is going to be your stop loss. 15520 could be your stop loss. A Bonk could really be going for a new crazy rally upwards. So I'm just using a macro time frame analysis, so it will be very easy to just easily understand. So you could just say that this was a sweep, breakout structure, whatever, another sweep here, and then we have a lot of external liquidity formed here, which usually price, when it starts going up, it should clear here, clear here, clear here, clear here, clear here. So you may want to look at it on a lower time frame to get a lower time frame entry if you want to do that. But I usually like higher time frame entry because it gives you peace of mind. It allows you the asset enough time to play around, and then it gets a better move. So, but CMP is a good idea with 15520 as a stop loss, and we should also send. Obviously, if PEEP moves first, then you should expect the other one to blow off very, very well. So that's my view for the person who asked that I should help check bunk as well. As of the AFG, I don't know what AFG means. What you mean by AFG as well. Welcome, Adiola. We are already ending the session now. So basically, the the video is going to be left on the YouTube channel. I think it takes a couple of minutes and then to be updated, so you can always rewatch the replay and try to get the entries and stuff. As for my charts and most of the updates, I share them every single day in the Bull Run group. So if you want to have access to that benefit and insights, direct connection with me, make sure you join the Bull Run group now that it is discounted, and take advantage of it so you can literally make so much profit alongside with us and make so much money with us this week. And obviously, like I'm doing as well, I will definitely be sharing some of the free infos from time to time across the groups, the Telegram and the WhatsApp. When I can, when I remember to, I may forward some from the Bull Run group as well. But to have that everything, all the benefits of the package or the enjoyment and the results that others are having, do your best to join in and plug in and be a part of the Bull Run group. Bye for now, everyone, and have a blessed, blessed Sunday